In this video, we are replacing a deck beam, bringing everything up to code and fixing the structural issues left by the previous installer. As you can see, this beam was badly twisted and very old. It wasn't secured properly in the first place. It was sitting on cinder blocks placed on top of the concrete slab. The posts weren't even secured on the bottom, and the beam wasn't secured on the top. It definitely wasn't installed correctly.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really... that's unfortunate.
The first thing we did was jack up the beam and install temporary supports so we could remove the old beam and posts and install the new beam and the new post beside it. I used a 3.5 ton jack to lift the structure and place 4x4s and 2x6s to temporarily support the floor joists that were holding up the deck and part of the house. Here I have a 4x6 supporting the floor joist. We lifted the structure about half an inch higher than what originally it will be sitting at. This gave us enough room to install the new beam and the post. I removed the old post brackets as you can see in the slow motion footage. The wood was so old and rotted, it practically fell apart. It was so dry, brittle, dusty, and completely rotted. That's how bad it was. The old adjustable post bases weren't structurally sound. With Alaska snow loads and the amount of weight this porch carries, there was much room for error. While I was doing the demolition, one of the old 4x4 posts came flying loose and hit me in the ear. You'll see it in the video. It gave me a couple of pretty nasty cuts. I was bleeding for most of the day until it finally dried up. The next day my ear looked terrible, but unfortunately I didn't get any pictures.
Two cuts in 1 year. Unfortunately, we get hurt sometimes.
You gotta admit, I totally had you suckered, didn't I?
Hook, line, and sphincter.
Next, we snapped the line and marked where we wanted the new post to go. We wanted the posts placed no more than 6 feet apart. We pre-drilled the concrete slab and installed Simpson post bases, securing them with 3/4 inch concrete anchors so the posts would never move. After making sure the concrete was level, we measured and cut all the posts. Then we installed the first beam and started placing the posts underneath to support it. Once everything was level and sitting exactly where it needed to be, we secured the beam, removed the temporary supports, and carefully lowered the structure onto its new beam. Next, I wanted to make sure the beam couldn't shift in any direction. So I installed hurricane ties using 1.5-inch galvanized nails. Every joist was secured to the beam. This guarantees that the new beam isn't going anywhere. Honestly, it looks so much better than before. The previous beam wasn't even properly secured to the deck joist. We then moved to the other side. This side was a little more difficult because it was supporting part of the second story of the house. It was significantly heavier and more challenging to lift. My jack was nearly maxed out, but we still got the job done. Since we were already using our 4x6s for supporting our new beam on the first side, I reused some of the old 4x4 posts from the demolition beam to help support and lift this section of the house. I know some of you watching and looking at my friend Dan is just standing there and watching me work in the time lapse, but that's just not how time lapse work. Absolutely no way I could have completed this beam replacement alone.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Having a second person was critical. Without help, I would have needed a lot more temporary support systems and some pretty creative scaffolding just to hold everything in place.
Each of you has been selected because you're the best in your field. Oh. That we could find. Oh. Your skills will be put to the test.
I just thought it was so funny how in the footage he was just standing there and that's how it made it look. Next, we cut 4 more posts for the second beam and got everything ready before lifting. That way, once the beam was in position, all the posts were already cut and correct length and ready to install. Then we brought in the second beam, and yes, these things are very heavy. I ran a string line from one end to another to make sure the beam was perfectly straight. We measured both ends and in the middle, then adjusted the beam until it was exactly where it needed to be before securing it to the post. We installed heavy-duty post and beam connectors using structural screws designed specifically for these brackets. These ensures everything stays locked in place and performs exactly how it was intended. As you can see in the video, while we were installing the post underneath the beam, we used a ladder with a few blocks under it. It happened to be perfect height to support the beam and the floor joists while we were working underneath. It worked surprisingly well. Once the new beam was fully secured and all the posts were installed, we started removing the old beam. It was only being held together by a few screws and nails at that point. It was a little sketchy because we didn't want it falling unexpectedly and hurting someone, but thankfully everything went smoothly. We cut the old beam in half to make it easier to handle and remove. Then we remove the other half, and if you're wondering, the total length of this beam is 40 feet long. Next, I started building diagonal braces for the beam to eliminate any side-to-side movement. I used 4x4 material, cut them at 45-degree angles. All the braces are 5 feet long. I installed one brace on each end and 2 braces in the middle. Yes, I even hung on them for a quick test. If they can hold me, they can hold anything.
She's not going anywhere.
To install the braces, I pre-drilled all the holes because the structural screws are large and I didn't want them to split the 4x4s. After pre-drilling, I drove the structural screws through the braces and into both the post and the beam. And just like that, the beam replacement was complete. Everything is secured properly, supported, and the homeowner no longer has to worry about the porch or the second story settling or worse, falling. I can definitely sleep better knowing that it's fixed correctly. As always, thanks for watching. Follow along for more projects. We built all kinds of things here in Alaska. Let us know in the comments what you would have done differently and what you think of the finished project. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and follow the channel. It really helps us to continue creating content for you guys.